everyone knows that planes are dirty and probably not cleaned as often as they should be. So follow along. Let's see what we can do to keep ourselves healthy on a plane. All right, welcome back to Nestless and Wondering. I'm Jen. And before we get started, if you could like and subscribe, like and follow along for all of our travel tips, that would be wonderful. And we'd also love to have you on our adventures with us. So today we're going to talk about being on an airplane. If you want to travel, just about everybody is going to have to be on an airplane at some point, depending on, you can't drive from here to Europe if you're in North America. And it'd be a really long trip to drive from here to Alaska. I'm on the East Coast, so flying is definitely something that you need to do. So everybody also knows that airplanes are pretty germy and not always the cleanest. So what are some things that you can do to keep yourself healthy while you're flying? And I will tell you, these are things that I started doing during the pandemic and have continued to do ever since. And yes, I will tell you, I did fly during the pandemic. I remember the first time we flew was in December of 2020. We flew from Boston down to Orlando. We did Christmas at Disney. And we were sitting like every other seat, I think, at that time still. But we also flew in 2021 a couple of times. I flew from Boston to Greece during the pandemic, and I did not get sick from flying once. I have obviously gotten sick and I have had COVID, but it was not from flying. And these are some of the things that I did and still do to this day to help keep myself and our travel partners healthy. So you probably guessed it, hand sanitizer, Clorox wipes, wet wipes, whatever you want to use. I will tell you the biggest thing, the first thing that I do getting on a plane is I always have these Clorox wipes in my carry-on bag, actually in my personal item that I have. That way I can just reach in to, into my bag, grab a couple of these out as I'm walking down after I've, checked my boarding pass. As I'm walking down, I'm pulling a few of these out. And before we even sit down, I literally, I put the carry-on bag up top and I am literally wiping down the seat belts, the window shade, the armrests, the seats, any touch point that you're going to potentially be touching, you need to wipe it down. The airlines do a good job of trying to keep things clean, but let's face it, the turnaround is minutes. They're not wiping these things down. So I wipe down the trays, the front, the back, the little toggle thing that keeps it up against the seat in front of you. I wipe that down. I wipe the light down. If I just wipe all that down. The fan, the other tip that I do is I keep the fan open full blast. I would rather bring a sweater and put it on and have that air circulating around us. So I wipe down everything, and I've gotten really good at it, at doing it quickly so that I'm not blocking the aisle so people can get on the plane. Because I know people are always anxious to get on and to get off. So I don't want to be blocking that aisle. It's small enough as it is, but we've gotten pretty good at wiping everything down. So no matter what product you use, just bring something that is a disinfectant and you can wipe it down. I've also never, ever had a hard time getting through TSA with these. These are the Wet One wipes for your hands. I have used these. I would definitely look for an unscented brand if I was going to use them, or maybe just a fresh scent. These are a tropical scent, and I don't love them because then it makes your hands smell tropical. And then if I'm eating pretzels or if I'm drinking a drink or whatever, that's all I can smell. So I kind of try to stay away from things that have a scent on them, especially on a plane, because then you could be sitting next to somebody who is like, oh, that smells gross. Please don't use that. And the other thing, you guessed it, hand sanitizer. Guys, I don't care what brand you use. You should be having some hand sanitizer with you no matter where you go. And I will tell you that even when I get up and go to the bathroom on the planes, which I always do get up and walk to the bathroom and back at least because I feel like I need to get up and walk. And yes, I wash my hands in the bathroom after I go. But when you shut that bathroom door, you have to touch it again to close it, because they don't just close like a regular door. You have to like latch that little latch. So, yeah, I have nice clean hands, but now I'm touching that. And who knows if the person in front of you washed their hands. I can't tell you how many times I have seen people when I'm traveling or wherever I am that don't wash their hands after they go to the bathroom. And it's disgusting. Wash your hands, people. But the other thing is even if I didn't have to touch that, sometimes when you're walking back on the plane, I mean, you hit a little turbulence sometimes and you have to grab somebody's like seat or whatever just to kind of keep yourself steady so that you're not falling into them. So when I get back to my seat, always hand sanitizing. So I definitely recommend. These are like 3 staples you have got to keep with you on your person, in your personal item bag, accessible so that you can use them all the time when you need them. Another thing I will tell you, I mean, this isn't really about keeping yourself healthy, but it's not really so much about the plane, but I do travel with masks now, which I never did before the pandemic. How many of us did? I mean, nobody wore a mask. When you coughed, you just coughed or you sneezed or whatever. But I do carry them with us. And that actually is helping to keep other people healthy on the flight. If I do start to cough or if I am sick, I mean, I'm going to put a mask on now. It just makes sense to me to put a mask on and keep my stuff to me. Everybody's got their own opinions on it. I get it. You can have your opinion, mask or not mask. I don't really care. I'm just telling you my opinion and what I do to keep myself healthy and the people around me healthy. I do travel with test kits too, but when I test now, I test for COVID, flu A, flu B, and RSV. Again, that's your own option. You want to test. You don't. I don't care. It's your opinion. This is my opinion. And these are just things that I do to make sure that I'm not making those around me sick on a flight or wherever I am. I mean, I remember when the pandemic first hit and we were traveling, I kind of am a little anxious traveler, but not bad. I've definitely gotten better over the years. But when we first were traveling during COVID, I would get a sore throat. And looking back, I'm sure it was going from the air conditioning to the warmth to the air conditioning to the dry air to whatever. So you get that little tickle in your throat. I'd be like, oh my God, I have COVID. I have to test. I must have gone through 5-6 tests on a week trip because I was so paranoid, and I never got it then. But I mean, I have had it, but it wasn't from being on a flight. I can tell you that. But anyways, things that you can do, just always think, you don't need your vacation or your trip to be ruined by feeling yucky or feeling cruddy, with simple things that you can do to keep yourself and your family and your loved ones and your travel partners healthy. So invest in some sanitizer, some hand sanitizer, some wipes, and